I'm Vic Myers. Welcome to the Resistance. I'm going to clip a video on to the end of this real quick, so I'm not going to talk much. I'm just going to say that not everything in this video has happened yet, but almost all of it has. I made this video the day after the debate. I made it on 9/11, ironically. Watch it, think about it, and realize that we have to get more people involved. We have to get the people who stayed on the couch, we've got to get them involved. The people who say that, they just don't care about politics, they're not interested. Well, politics is going to care about them real quick. We got to get more people involved. So think on that and see what you can do about it. And if you're active duty military, as a veteran from a line of veterans going back to the Revolutionary War, I simply ask you to remember your oath. Here's the video. I'm a 56-year-old rural gun-owning white guy, and if Kamala Harris thinks I'll vote for her, she's right. Made a quick video this morning before I went to work, but it wasn't good enough, so I got to try again. When I was in middle school, I was in a very small school, 14 people in my class, and we had this teacher, Mrs. Heimbaugh. She made us read things like Tale of Two Cities, The Diary of Anne Frank, and then we discussed them in class. The Diary of Anne Frank has stuck with me all these years. The parts that stuck with me is the image of this family living in somebody else's attic and having to be quiet as a mouse whenever the Gestapo came around looking for them, and how they eventually were rounded up anyway because somebody informed on them. That's what that exchange made me think about. At 33 minutes into the debate, David Muir said, "You called this the largest domestic deportation in the history of our country. You say you would use the National Guard, and if things got out of control, you would have no problem using the military." Trump interrupted and said, "with local police." Muir continued, "You also said you would use local police. How would you deport 11 million undocumented immigrants? Take us through this. Would authorities be going door to door in this country?" Quietly and quickly, Trump said, "Yeah." And then he proceeded into one of his usual rants about Biden and open borders and stuff. I think it's significant that Trump quickly and quietly said yeah and moved on, because I don't think he wanted us to think much about that exchange. See, in order for what he's talking about to happen, he has to have his own version of the Gestapo. Imagine what that looks like. Trump's Gestapo going door to door in America looking for immigrants. What makes an immigrant? How do these people know they're immigrants? That's the scary part. He's going to be rounding up anybody that doesn't fit the description that he likes. That description, judging by Trump's history, being white. Sounds a little dystopian, and if you're a Trump supporter and you're listening to this, you think I'm being stupid and blowing things out of proportion. Am I, though? It's not that far-fetched if you think about it. He's not going to be able to deport all those people because you can't just put them on a plane and fly them somewhere, because the country of destination is going to say, "No, you can't land. Go back home." So that ain't going to work. He's going to put them all in camps. He said that. He calls them immigration camps. I call them concentration camps. I hope somebody in the media and the podcast and all that will start talking about the implications of having Trump's version of the Gestapo going door to door in America. There you have it. Good day.